ไทยนะครับผมขอใช้เวลาทุกท่านนิดนึงอธิบายที่เราได้เริ่มต้นมาคลาสมาตั้งแต่วันที่22นะครับเราเริ่มต้นมาจากที่คริสพาวเวลมาพูดเกี่ยวกับเรื่องของวิธีคิดของสังคมตะวันตกโดยยกตัวอย่างของสังคมอังกฤษในเรื่องกระบวนการจัดการเรื่องของ Creative and Design Management นะครับเราได้ฟังของคุณฮิเรโนซึ่งเป็นอีก different angle มาจากโลกตะวันออกนะครับมาจากวิธีคิดของโลกตะวันออกของญี่ปุ่นนะครับก็จะเป็นระดับเรียกว่า B52 บินสูงมากเป็นภาพกว้างที่ให้ทุกท่านได้เห็น feeling เป็น touch and feel ของวิธีคิดจาก2สังคมนะครับในคลาสบ่ายนี้จะเป็นมิสเตอร์ซีดาไลลี่นะครับซีดาเป็น subject specialist ทำงานที่ TCDC มาพอสมควรแล้วล่ะครับเขาก่อนหน้านี้เป็น PhD candidate อยู่ที่เบอร์มิงแฮมทำงาน research เกี่ยวกับเรื่อง design management มาพอสมควรเป็นคนที่ช่วยรัฐบาลอินเดียในการออกแบบแพลตฟอร์มเกี่ยวกับการส่งเสริมเรื่องของความคิดสร้างสรรค์แล้วก็เรื่องกับการพัฒนาเรื่องการออกแบบในอินเดียมาก่อนนะครับวันนี้ซีดาจะมา brief ให้กับทุกท่านคือเหมือน clear the air ให้กับทุกท่านว่า what is creative economy แล้วก็ what is design thinking เป็นการ fine tune ทุกท่านก่อนที่เราจะลงไปในรายละเอียดลึกซึ้งกว่านี้อีกในเรื่องของ design management นะครับผมขอเชิญคุณซีดาครับซีดา
Okay. Right. Thank you for having me here and giving me this opportunity to share my experiences and research techniques which I have acquired over the years. So the first thing, I mean, getting straight to the slides because we're, I think, behind by about 30 minutes. So I'll try to rush through these a little fast. And if you guys have any questions, let's kind of do it in the end because try to match the time. Yeah.
จริงๆเรามี translation เป็นภาษาไทยด้วยนะครับเผื่อทุกท่านจะได้สบายๆบ้างนะครับแล้วก็แต่ว่าซีดาจะใช้ภาษาอังกฤษซีดา
Okay. Can we have these lights a little low? It's hitting me on the face. Technical. All right. Okay. Thank you. Right. Contribution of design and creativity to the creative economy. We are basically going to talk about 4 things in this part of the talk. Is what is critical thinking and what design actually means. It's not a philosophical debate on design. It's basically our take on what design is as far as the creative economy is concerned. And then fundamental ideas about creative economy and what are creative industries and what are not creative industries. Okay. That's basically what we're talking about. Critical thinking versus criticizing. This is something I feel is of tremendous importance because we need to really understand how to critically analyze any problem or solution we have. And I have a quotation from Chuck Columbus, Vice President of Human Resources of Ford Motors Asia. And he says, communication, applied technical experience, and critical thinking are 3 main areas he finds Thai graduates don't have, and hence Ford spends a lot of energy trying to train them in English communication and applied technical experience through internships and stuff and critical thinking. So, and he points it back to the education system where critical thinking is not taught in educational establishments. A little louder? Okay, yeah. So I mean, that's the fundamental problem. Unless critical thinking is applied at the education level, it does not help one in creative economy. And we will see how this works. And he says in the last part, I hope you can see the mouse here. Right. Anyway, the last one, complex problem solving. The design and manufacturing of vehicles requires strategic thinking, complex problem solving, and many interrelated decisions and close collaboration among people working on the program. Now that's as far as the vehicle design is concerned. But what about designing furniture? I mean, if you're designing furniture for a large company, same problem. What about designing textiles? Same problem. But the moment we want to get into international markets, we need to have the best thinking capabilities when we want to get into international markets. Because it may work so in the domestic market, but creative economy is largely with the hope that we will be able to export a considerable amount of our produce to international markets. And domestic consumption, again, is limited by scale. I mean, what is the population of Thailand and what is the buying power of a certain class of people who can actually buy these creative products. So all these are factors which impact our markets or export markets. Let's briefly look at critical thinking versus criticizing. Now, the example I give is, imagine you wearing a hat, and you take off the hat and put it on the table. That hat is your idea. It's not me. The hat is not me. Okay, and I am not the hat either. So, you can't hear. You need to pump. Okay, all right. So yeah, how do you see critical thinking? Imagine you have a hat. You take off the hat, and the hat is your idea, is what you think something should be, and you put it on a table. And a table is typically, say, a meeting room or a discussion or a place like this. I'm putting my hat here in the middle. This is my hat. And if the idea is good, fine. Idea is bad, still fine. It doesn't make me bad or good. That ability to dissociate oneself with the idea is very critical. And if you see, versus criticizing, critical thinking is negatively positive in the sense it's basically positive thinking, whereas criticizing is negative thinking. And there's no loss of face, there's no loss of one's perception in the society when we get into critical thinking, and that's hugely a problem in Asia. Now, I'm going to talk essentially, if you see, in this talk today, about softer aspects which are important for creative economy. It is not government policies, it is not infrastructure, it is attitude, our attitude towards creativity. And basically, creativity is a fun thing. It's not a very serious thing, you know. I'm going to show you a video as well, demonstrating these ideas. Just as a little side thing, a research conducted in INSEAD and Harvard and Brigham University by 3 top researchers, they studied 25 innovators and 3,000 executives. It was a 6-year-long study. They studied people like Steve Jobs of Apple, A.G. Lafley of Procter & Gamble, who's turned around Procter & Gamble in a short period of time, CEOs of Skype, Amazon, Southwest Airlines, eBay, PayPal, Hollywood, and many, 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 many more. This is just a snapshot of a few people. And what they found was the top leaders have associative thinking capabilities. Basically means they can take unrelated ideas and connect them and come with a different idea. That is ingenious thinking. And that is creative thinking, essentially. They also ask questions. They don't take anything you give. I don't take anything you give me. I have to ask questions. Why? How? Maybe ask why 10 times, why this and why this and why this. So that is questioning. They never take it on face value. I think you have a paper included in your kit about the conversation between Steve Jobs and who's that guy? Jeff Bezos of Amazon